She got a bit of royal action, along with her entire family, of course, on both sides, apart from her mother. I don't think Meghan Markle's in any position to be lecturing anybody about friendship. It's hard to imagine two people who've been less compassionate in the last few years.
I think he's not the brightest bulb in the tulip patch, Harry, to put it politely. I think she is very manipulative. Meghan Markle is someone who's basically got rid of almost her entire family on her side, apart from her mother. Her entire family on the father's side, including...
Piers Morgan has just done something that's sending Meghan Markle's team into crisis mode. And sources say the fallout is only beginning. The controversial broadcaster didn't hold back during a recent episode of his show, Piers Morgan Uncensored, allegedly bringing up photos that have haunted Meghan for years. Images that mysteriously disappeared from the internet. Pictures that insiders claim represent a past she's desperately tried to erase from public memory. But here's the twist nobody saw coming. Morgan didn't just mention these photos in passing. Observers say he allegedly made fun of the entire situation on live television. Qustionedy. Evidence keeps getting removed from social media platforms. Pointed out the suspicious pattern of photos vanishing whenever they appear online. And with millions watching his YouTube show, sources claim Meghan's legal team is rushing to contain damage before this controversy explodes into mainstream headlines. What exactly did Piers say about these deleted photos that has people buzzing across social media right now? And why does this story refuse to die no matter how many times it gets addressed? The bad blood between Piers Morgan and Meghan Markle isn't new, but recent developments have taken their public disagreement to explosive new levels. Morgan runs Piers Morgan Uncensored exclusively on YouTube now, a show that reaches millions of viewers weekly without network restrictions telling him what he can or cannot discuss. Since moving his program to the platform, he's had complete freedom to address topics that mainstream television wouldn't touch, and sources say Meghan has become one of his favorite subjects. The context matters here because Morgan and Meghan were actually friendly before everything fell apart. They connected on social media, met for drinks at a pub in London, and Morgan believed they were building a genuine friendship. Then Meghan had dinner with Prince Harry the very next night. And, according to Morgan's own documented statements, she completely stopped responding to his messages after that, cutting off contact the moment someone more prominent entered her life. That personal situation has fueled what
father, which is incredibly sad, and now she's wrestled Harry away from his family. So how happy they really are in this mansion in California.
What makes this latest commentary particularly significant is the timing. Just recently, Kim Kardashian deleted photos from her Instagram that showed Meghan and Harry at Kris Jenner's birthday party. Multiple outlets documented that these photos appeared briefly, then vanished, raising questions about why images of Meghan at celebrity events keep disappearing from social platforms. Observers. Whether Morgan showed actual photos on his program or simply discussed their mysterious disappearance varies depending. But what's consistent is that he allegedly brought attention to questions about why visual evidence of Meghan's pre-royal life keeps getting scrubbed. Sources say this represents Piers's most direct challenge yet to Meghan's carefully controlled public image.
How to be a good friend.
Well, as one of the many friends that she cut off spectacularly the moment she got a bit of royal action, along with her entire family, of course, on both sides, apart from her mother. I don't think Meghan Markle's in any position to be lecturing anybody about friendship. It's hard to imagine two people who've been less compassionate in the...
Certain allegations have followed Meghan for years, despite efforts to address them completely. Online forums and social media accounts have claimed that photos exist showing Meghan in luxury settings before she met Harry. However, it's crucial to note what fact-checkers have consistently found. GeoNews reported recently that these supposed images are nothing more than figments of imagination, that no such photographs of Meghan Markle actually exist in verified form. Now, To Love magazine stated that representatives strongly deny these claims, calling them internet rumors without credible evidence. Fact-checkers have repeatedly said there's no proof these images are real. Multiple investigations by reputable outlets have found no verified evidence supporting these allegations. Context that Morgan's critics say he ignores when discussing the topic. But here's what makes certain rumors persist despite debunking attempts. Some people claim they remember seeing photos years ago that have since vanished from the internet. images that were allegedly scrubbed from platforms before they could be archived. Whether those memories are accurate or influenced by online theories is impossible to determine now, but the pattern of people insisting they saw evidence that no longer exists creates questions that keep circulating. Colin Jost made jokes about Meghan during Saturday Night Live commentary recently, bringing certain allegations into mainstream comedy. The fact that a major comedian felt comfortable making these jokes on national television suggests rumors have entered public consciousness beyond just internet communities. When observers claim Piers Morgan addressed this topic on his show, they're pointing to how he allegedly questioned why these rumors exist if there's absolutely no basis. Why multiple people across years claim to have seen content that conveniently disappeared. Morgan's commentary reportedly focused less on claiming things definitely exist and more on asking why the possibility generates such extreme defensive reactions. That framing allows him to raise questions while avoiding direct accusations that could create legal issues. A strategy observers say is classic. Morgan using his platform to force uncomfortable conversations.
Another level, it makes me quite angry, the damage they've caused to the monarchy. I think most British people are sick and tired of them. The polling has them now below Prince Andrew, which I didn't think would be humanly possible. She thought that actually being a member of the royal family was wearing a tiara, getting a...
What strengthens certain narratives for some believers isn't necessarily proof of specific claims, but rather the documented pattern of images related to Meghan mysteriously disappearing from public access. The Kim Kardashian incident provides a recent example of this phenomenon. Photos showing Meghan and Harry at a celebrity party were posted to Instagram, circulated briefly, then deleted without clear public explanation. Multiple entertainment outlets confirmed this happened. It's not disputed that the images existed, then vanished. Now, whether Kardashian deleted them at Meghan's request, or removed them for her own reasons, or took them down due to some other factor, remains unclear. But for people already questioning Meghan's image management, this deletion fits what they claim is a pattern they've observed. Social media posts showing Meghan in certain contexts allegedly get removed. Old photos from her acting days mysteriously become harder to find online. Images that some say contradict her carefully crafted public image supposedly get scrubbed from platforms before they can spread widely. Whether this represents coordinated suppression or simply normal social media behavior where people remove content for various reasons depends entirely on your perspective and...
The podcast, by the way, is going to celebrate the joys of cooking, or at least something she's doing. Her Netflix show, I guess, is going to celebrate the joys of cooking, gardening, entertaining, and friendship, Piers. She's going to be teaching us how to be a good friend.
Well, as one of the many friends that she cut off spectacularly.
Piers Morgan allegedly addressed this pattern directly during recent show commentary, pointing out how it looks when someone's team works hard to control every image that exists publicly. Observers following the story say Morgan questioned why someone would need such aggressive image management if there's nothing to protect. Why photos keep disappearing if everything is straightforward? Why discussions get shut down quickly? This line of questioning resonates with people who've followed certain allegations, who claim they remember seeing evidence that's now impossible to locate or verify. Whether their memories are accurate or online communities convince them they saw something that never existed cannot be proven either way now. But Morgan's commentary reportedly gave voice to questions that many have discussed privately.
So I was then told by my bosses, look, by the way, rule one here, never apologize, never clarify, never do anything.
I can verify that, but it doesn't work.
We know this. So we did a clarification the next day, and it made no difference. The complaints kept coming in. And eventually my bosses said, can you just apologize to Meghan Markle, or you're going to have to, maybe lose your job? I went, I'll take the job option, thanks, I'll leave. And I walked off into the sunset.
Understanding why Piers Morgan continues focusing on Meghan requires looking at both personal and professional factors that observers say drive his behavior. On the personal side, there's the documented fact that Meghan stopped responding to him after they met, choosing Harry over maintaining their friendship. For someone with Morgan's personality, that situation allegedly still matters years later, creating emotional investment in questioning what he views as her calculated approach to relationships. He stated publicly multiple times that he believes Meghan used people strategically, discarding them when better opportunities appeared, and his own experience supports that view in his mind. So when he addresses various allegations or questions about her past, sources say it's partially motivated by wanting to prove his initial assessment of her character was correct. That personal element makes his commentary more persistent than typical celebrity criticism. Because for Morgan, this isn't just professional content. It's allegedly a personal mission to challenge someone.
Well, has it crossed Meghan Markle's mind what she did to me?
You know, like on the suicide, Meghan said,
I didn't cost her a job.
You know, she was saying she was suicidal. Again, I don't want to go back to the point of mental health, but did you ever think, is this going to hurt this person on a...
She said that 2 people at the palace, when she told them she had suicidal thoughts, said she couldn't get treatment because it would be damaging to the brand.
Yeah.
I don't believe.
But there's also smart professional calculation behind Morgan's focus, according to media analysts. His YouTube show performs extremely well, reaching millions of viewers per episode without traditional television budgets. Content about Meghan generates massive engagement, sparks social media discussion, gets shared across platforms, drives traffic to his channel. Since moving Piers Morgan uncensored exclusively to YouTube, he's built an audience that rivals major news networks. And controversial Meghan commentary contributes significantly to those numbers. Industry observers note that Morgan understands digital media better than most traditional broadcasters. That he recognized how YouTube rewards provocative content that generates strong reactions. So when he allegedly addresses photos or image control patterns, he's not just settling personal scores, he's creating viral content that expands his reach and strengthens his independent media brand. The combination of personal motivation and professional benefit creates a powerful incentive to keep pushing boundaries on topics mainstream outlets avoid discussing directly. Here's where Meghan faces a strategic challenge that observers say explains her team's approach to various allegations. Her representatives consistently deny rumors through PR statements rather than aggressive legal action. And that distinction matters to people analyzing her strategy. Some interpret this as evidence she wants to avoid a legal discovery process that could force production of materials she prefers to keep private. Others argue she's simply choosing not to amplify allegations through high-profile lawsuits that would give rumors more attention. Both explanations have merit, depending on your assumptions. What's documented is that Meghan's team responds primarily through PR. Denials and platform content removal rather than demanding accusers provide proof.